short coming off of Augie's paddle, but deep coming off of Hayden's. Well, that's such a good Ernie by Hayden. Waiting on that. He actually slow played it. He was about to go, and then he paused, then went, sat, and waited for that Ernie.
What a put away. It's all Hayden Patrick right now in game 2.
Set up.
Just a nice response there from Guh.
And notice where Hayden was in that point and where Augie was. Augie was up front. Hayden was still trying to make his way to the net.
Left guard.
Oh, that was a little bit unlucky on that net. Hayden was waiting for that counter. Maybe that's something that Augie needs to spark his momentum to go his way.
A little net love there.
2-4.
Too good on that overhead.
Set out.
Textbook positioning. Left arm up. Weight on the back foot. Load up. Unload.
4-2.
Great overhead snap.
Set out.
And we see Gus stay back on that return. Guess didn't feel confident enough to go in there, but got the air either way. Not sure if that's something that we'll see a whole lot though, because to your point, like you've been saying, you don't want to let Patrick Wynn get up before you get to the kitchen before you do.
Well, you did pay for the whole paddle, so you kind of want to use every part of it, I guess. Got all frame on that. Thank you very much.
4-2.
Too good with that backhand. Notice the wrist action on that flick. For him to get that much rotation on his ball, it takes a very live arm and loose kind of wrist to flick that, to get that kind of grab.
5-2.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's looking for. Going Augie side to side.
Timeout receiver.
Calls that
6-2.
timeout.
1
Probably needs to
minute.
catch his breath. Didn't cover a lot of court there on that last point.
Patrick Wynn continues to control virtually every aspect of this one so far. Leads 6-2 here in game 2. Now, Walter, I want to ask you a question about Augie Guh's forehand, because it looks, especially the load up, is pretty unconventional based off of what we usually see. It allows him to get a lot of rotation. What do you think of it? Because it starts pretty, it's not like a whole take back, it's really just low to high with an emphasis on the low load up. Have you noticed anything watching that?
Yeah, from what I've heard, I believe he's a ping pong player, like pretty high level ping pong player, and I believe he played tennis at Brown, if I remembered correctly. So he's got a little bit of both the tennis and ping pong background coming into his shots. So I can see where he can get creative. I myself have played some tennis, ping pong, racquetball, badminton. So seeing those different background sports and trying to apply it into pickleball has been something that's actually really fun, because you can get creative with your form. So I believe he's trying to shorten that swing up, sometimes when he runs out of time, which creates a little bit more of a flick on that forehand stroke, as you've mentioned.
Time in. 6-2.
Some interesting things that we notice about these players when we get to see them up close.
Another good passing shot by Hayden. That return wasn't quite good enough to go up that aggressively.
And another thing we notice, Hayden Patrick Wynn, great backhand.
7-2. Point.
Way to wait for that ball. That was interesting, because it wasn't quite with the timing that he wanted, but with that gust that picked up, he had to kind of pause his stroke there, and he adapted, like we were saying, with that flick. No love from the net there. You could hear Augie not really satisfied with that shot, calling it a little bit too lazy of a stroke. His legs weren't in place.
Let me serve. 8-3.
Yep, that's a combo for Hayden, which has been working so well for him this game. Coming into net off of an aggressive approach, anticipating correctly, ending the point.
We also saw, didn't need to flick it, he just kind of kept the wrist a little bit more stable there and went forward with the punch instead of the flick.
That's right. Getting away here from Augie. He might want to call a timeout. He might have one more, I'm not quite sure, but
10-3.
yeah, that does it.
What a performance from Hayden Patrick takes it 11-4, 11-3 over Augie. The 18-year-old books his spot in the round of 16. What were you most impressed there from Hayden Patrick?
He never really let that match get out of hand or let Augie get into any runs. So if you noticed, he's just well composed for every single shot, every single point, well crafted. Once he got to the net, he kind of took advantage of his cat-mouse game and really used that to impose his will for the whole entire match, actually. So he never really let off. Sometimes you see players get up big and then lose some momentum, lose some confidence, and then the other player ends up going on a run of their own, and that's what usually spells for a longer, more embattled match. But in this case, Hayden kind of put his foot on the gas and just never really let go.
It really felt like he was just kind of on it, really from every part of the court, and the cat and mouse in terms of the, attacking from the baseline as well. Just a complete performance there from the 18-year-old. And that is going to finish it up on the singles end here on Grandstand Court. But we've got more action, mixed doubles, coming up next. A lot to look forward to there, and we will have all the coverage for you in just a few minutes. Stay with us.